Well, it's Wednesday, so it's time for What Did I Buy Wednesday. I haven't done this for a while. I'm doing this a little bit on the fly today because it's getting to be a busy week, interestingly. But I've got a few things to talk about, so let's get started. I want to start out by paying condolences to the family of Manny Crespo. Many of you knew him. I never met him, but I got to know him online. He was the first person to ask for a shop card when I started my channel. And it turned out Manny was a really kind, very nice guy. Sorry to hear of his passing, and he'll be missed. Rest in peace, buddy. Some time ago, I watched a video on Grandpa Mark's channel on how he does plug wires. And what he does is use very thin solder. This is 0.3 millimeter solder. I got some after seeing that, so I was intrigued by it. One thing about solder is that this is very thin. If I can pull it out, here it is. You can see that it will take whatever shape you put it in. Unlike vinyl coated wire that we usually use that may pull a little bit, doesn't hold a real tight curve, this you can make it look like it really has weight, like real plug wires would. So I thought that was a great idea. Now, Grandpa Mark paints his solder with lacquer paint, and then he uses tweezers to insert them into the block and then route them to the distributor. I do it the other way. I'd rather put them into the distributor first and then bring them down to the block. But I can't use the tweezers. You know, I'm old, my hands are shaky. I just use my fingers. And what I found was that when I tried to do that, I was rubbing the paint off. So that didn't work. I still liked the idea. And I thought, well, what if I could get some black solder? Well, I couldn't get black solder, but I found that there is something that makes solder black. This is what they call patina for stained glass or for solder. People that make stained glass pieces and solder them together will use this to make the solder black after they finish putting all the glass pieces together. And it does work. It's caustic, so you have to wear gloves. I put the other mat down here just to, protect the one that I use for videos. But here it is. And frankly, I'm just going to show you very quickly how this will work. Here is silver solder. And if I put it down into the patina, I'm just giving it a dip. Normally, if you were doing this, you put it in a plastic container and you would dip your solder in it or whatever. But I think you can see this now. Here we go. Does that show? It's black. Let me put it against this paper towel. It's black. You can clean it off. You can wash it. You don't have to. But this is one that I did earlier. And if you can see this, now I didn't do it for too long. This is a little on the gray side, but if I did it longer, I think it would turn black. But it doesn't rub off. There it is. It's not going to show up very well against my gloves, but against the paper towel, you can see that this will give you black plug wires if you want to use solder for your plug wires. Next up is this. It's a decal tray. You may have seen something like this before. I think I got it in Hobby Lobby. It's online. You can get it on Amazon. It's listed under the Trumpeter name. So I don't know if Trumpeter makes this or if they just buy it generically from whoever makes it. In any case, it's got this little comb kind of thing that goes with it. And it's got this tray that has these slats in it. And you put your water in this tray and you set this in, and then you put your decal into the tray. Now, a lot of us have used just a regular glass of water, dish of water, and we put our decal in it, let it sit for a while, take it out, put it on a piece of paper. But, sometimes you're bobbing around trying to get that decal. With this, it's just a little easier because when you pull this tray out, the water drains out and you can grab your decal and pull it out. Frankly, I don't know what these holes are for. I have no idea. Now, should the decal be a little hard to get, I guess that's what this is for. You can dip this in, pull it out, does the same thing, drains the water off. I'm not using real water in here. I don't want to just, use up this decal for no reason. But I think this is something useful to have. Here's another simple little thing. And I'm sorry to be freehanding this, but I didn't think it was necessary to do a whole setup for this 30-second bit. It's just a storage box for your shelf. I'm intrigued by the fact that these things look like workshop tool drawers. This has a drawer inside up here and then 2 drawers down here. And I found these containers, these little containers here that have compartments. You can pull those separators out so you can make bigger little compartments. And I find that if you're doing a project and you want to put it away for a little while, it's a good place to do it and put it into the drawers. And finally, October marks the halfway point to NNL East, the big show. So those of you who go to NNL East regularly, or if you haven't been, maybe it's time to get out there and see what it's all about. You're halfway there. You got about 6 months, a little over 6 months now to go. The themes, of course, are the 63rd anniversary of the 1963 model year, and there are a lot of great 1963 models around to choose from, and also the 250th anniversary of the United States. And so that's a red, white, and blue theme. I think we're going to get a lot of people building for the themes as well as for all the categories. We always have a great turnout. Again, if you've never been, try and make it a point to get out this year or soon, because it's certainly worth the trip. And everybody will tell you that. Well, I forgot to do an outro, and here I am again winging it. The outro is that there's going to be an announcement next time on the Sleepers group build. That's coming up, and we're going to have dates and everything. We're going to talk about it a little more. So keep an eye out for that. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.